Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's almost time!
Hey, shut that shit up. Sorry, y'all. My dogs be tripping sometimes. But it's almost time again for the podcast that discusses MMA and whatnot. So we ain't got that much time. Well, I don't. So in the blue corner, A1, you know what I'm saying? And in the red corner, the hater.
That's right.
Paul, baby. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on?
I'm rocking the victory hat on the Victory Monday. You already know. We kind of spoke a little. I won't get into it and all this. Y'all should already know though. Go Pack, go. Man, and I kind of feel bad because we do an MMA podcast, and I didn't have time to watch. It was like 3 or 4 of the prelims. I got the meat and potatoes of everything. I think I missed a knockout or something, but did my best to catch up. I'll be providing my my take on the main card anyways, because I was able to watch all of that. And then really, I know you got to bounce here in 20 minutes because you got Real Ninjas debuting on Monday night. I'm gonna give y'all a shout out here. So anybody that likes to laugh, likes that fuck shit, likes them talking on real topics, stop by and check them out.
I don't know if my shirt gonna be on there either. You know what I'm saying?
No. This is proper cornbread attire. Yeah. Like if you know them, yep. If you know them, you know. And if you don't know, tune in and you about to know. I figure if y'all tuning in, y'all already kind of know what bread be about. But
mama now.
Yeah. But anyways, we had our first fight night card of the year. It wasn't nothing to write home about. Even like the biggest fight on the card was the main event, and I feel like they just kind of put this one together. Say, hey, we need a definitive decision on what's happening with.
Let's finish unfinished business.
Basically, yeah. We know we got a crazy Russian on our hand, and then we've got this crazy Brazilian that everybody seems to love. Let's go ahead and see who would have won if there wasn't an illegal knee. Technically, Walker already won the first match by DQ. I mean, if you're judging it properly, we've had belts won that way.
Okay.
So, but Ankalaev, came out and kind of did what the odds said he was going to do. He closed at like a minus 520 favorite to win this fight. And I don't think the odds were that crazy in the first fight, but in the first fight, it was only scheduled for 3 rounds. So, like, the game planning is going to be a little different. I feel like Walker obviously had less time, so I think more ability or, more free range to empty the tank in a 15-minute versus 25. And that first round, I mean, Walker didn't look bad, but I think Ankalaev was being tentative. Kind of commentators actually made a comment, say, hey, I feel like they just kind of like, it's like that crazy little dog that, like, once you get home or you let outside, it just goes nuts and it's doing bounces and off of the side of the house and just around the house and just.
I got 2 of those, so.
Yeah, we got 3 of them. So I get it. And you kind of let him do his thing, wear himself out, and then you do your thing, right? You kind of let him burn that little bit out, and then like you handle your business. I feel like that's what Ankalaev did with Johnny Walker there. Like, hey, get this crazy shit out your system, and now let me knock you out.
Word.
And basically that's how it went. That first round, Johnny was throwing a lot of spinning techniques, spinning kicks, spinning back fists. Almost caught him a couple times. But second round came out and didn't take much. Ankalaev caught him with a nice combo standing, dropped him. I think it was just one right uppercut when he was down. broke his nose, stopped the fight, justifiably so.
Damn.
Fight of the night bonus, extra 50Ks
For a broken nose.
for a broken nose. They should probably give Johnny an extra 50K too, just so he can go get that broken nose handled and still have something left after that purse. But
Man.
I think they usually pay for the medical bills of their top guys, don't they?
They should, and if they don't, it would be smart for any fighter that's renegotiating to possibly try to get any of that included in your fight contract.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things UFC is actually pretty good at, is taking care of their fighters' medical bills as long as it's fight related.
If that's the case, man, I'll give them credit, because that shit's not cheap, and I'm sure it's not cheap on the UFC. But if you want your fighters coming back and recovering right, you're gonna foot the bill for that. I'll have to look into that and see for sure, or maybe the resident hater can. How much info on Twitter would be?
What?
How much information on that would be on Twitter?
On the how much they pay for their medical bills?
Yeah, or just medical policy period with the UFC and their fighters.
I don't think it's one size fits all for everybody. I think if Conor McGregor hurts his leg, they're going to pay for it. I think if someone that's on the prelims gets hurt and they can't fight, they're going to cut him, say fuck you, and bring in the next one.
Gotcha. But are they going to foot the bill on the way out?
Probably not. Whatever's in their best interest, and their best interest is whatever makes money, and prelim fighters don't make money usually.
Yeah.
Why, yeah, it's like, why would you have to? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have to, why would you?
I mean, it would just be a morally good practice, but morally and financially don't always line up.
That's why you hire an HR department. The finance does finance, and HR does HR. That's They only hire HR so they can make it seem like they give a fuck.
This is why we speculate. They probably got all their shit in a row, and they know what they're doing over there.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
Right. Well-oiled machine over there.
Co-main event of the night, though, Jim Miller versus Gabriel Benitez, man.
No.
Jim Miller. Jim fucking Miller.
He's here to stay.
And well, and I'm a saying in case Bruce doesn't. Jim fucking Miller.
Let's go.
Like, nah, dude, this dude is ageless.
He gonna say that shit.
They better, man. I swear to God. Like, and like the UFC is the one sporting company here in America that would make that shit happen. So let's make it happen.
Bruce is the GOAT. He can do whatever he wants.
Bro, and Miller has earned the shit.
Yeah.
There for UFC 100. There for UFC 200. Gonna be the only fighter that will probably be there for all of the hundreds.
Hold on, we got some hate against the hater.
Oh, fuck, it's Christian. I don't know who that fucking guy is, but fuck you too, Christian, whoever you are. No, I'm just kidding. He does vocals in my band.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Man. Hey, give him a mad face. Give him a mad face reaction on Facebook.
Yeah, no. Everything he says, you just got to comment hate.
I'm the resident hater for the show, Christian. I'd be talking the most shit sometimes, usually.
Oh, no, it's not. He just calls it sometimes so he feels better about it.
Yeah.
It's all the time. But no, Jim fucking Miller. This dude, just came out and Benitez had some moments, but they were few and far between. Like Miller just came out, all the haterade. Yep.
Come on with it.
But Miller just looked dominant, was picking his spots, and I feel like he was trying to get him to deeper water before really, trying some shit. And sure enough, pulled out a late sub. What was it? Yeah, 3.5 almost into the third.
Yeah.
Got him a performance of the night, 50K.
Damn.
Very nice.
I'll tell you what, though.
Put some of the young boys on notice. Like it ain't. He said it ain't gonna be as easy as you think.
I'll tell you what though. And they did not honor this one, and I'm kind of upset. My personal fight of the night or performance of the night was this next fight: Ricky Simon versus Mario Bautista. Bautista with that fire.
Was that part of the
parlay, boys?
Which one?
The one you just said.
No, I
Oh,
want to say
okay.
I want to say I rode with Walker, and I wasn't even gonna bring up the parlay because I didn't want to own losing the first one of the fucking year.
Look, you say you the one talking about we gonna keep tracking 2024.
Hey,
And
yeah, I know.
But the nigga don't want to do it now. He's like, you know what?
I didn't say I wouldn't do it. I was just trying. Was regretting having to say.
Matter of fact, I got the planner right here. I got space in the back.
Oh shit! Whipping out the planner already.
What up?
Well, but the problem is though is that like you got an asterisk right here because you picked. Who did you pick?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember, honestly.
It was Brother Bone Theme, and Bone Theme didn't even get to fight because Manuel Cobb missed weight, and they pulled the fight.
That guy's so fucking annoying.
Bro, it pisses me off that he talked all this shit about how he's going to dominate this division and nobody can beat him, but the scale just did.
The scale just did.
Like, y'all talk a big fucking game for some shit and then don't even fucking show up at the scale professionally. And yes, I'm a couch ass, quarterback ass, motherfucking spectator fan.
He said,
but that's what I'm gonna do.
Quarterback ass. He's stupid. It's almost time.
Parlay tally.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we're keeping track of individuals?
Oh yeah, no, because somebody getting a belt this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. What we agreed upon on this show, nigga. Do we gotta run it back?
No, I'm aware of it. Like I said, okay. I regretted that I went with my heart.
Look, I'm not necessarily keeping track of like who fought and all that. I'm just saying if you won or not or got your shit. Yep. That's all I'm keeping track of.
Hey, we can have our own personal fun, you know, picking some sub or method of victory or over under, but you always got to pick a person. And basically, that's what we basing it off of is win-loss of the fighters we're picking.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know when we get to the parlays.
And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I lost this one, but I might have to run it back. I don't see another fighter I would have picked on this other than Walker.
I picked whoever had the biggest odds on the card. That's all I remember.
And maybe you picked Ankalaev. Maybe I picked Jim Miller. I don't know. I will go double check. I had a list. I'd be writing this shit on sticky notes, and then I throw my sticky notes away because I be working and writing shit all the time.
Hell no.
Nah, it's bad, bro.
That shit on the monitor like Windows 95.
Bro.
Yeah, no, on the top, like you see it prior.
Well, no, it's going on my laptop one now because that's the only way I'm gonna keep it. That's the only way I'm gonna end up keeping it.
Hold on. Let me see again. Who did I pick?
I want to say it was the Bone Theme.
Ugh. Maybe did I put in the parlay on my phone? Maybe it's on there. I don't think I've opened up my DraftKings app in like, it feels like forever.
Oh, so we just be picking for no reason then, hater.
You got a fucking bet. You got an app?
I do. I also got a StreamYard monthly bill I keep up with too.
All right, fair enough. Hey, I was the one who said we shouldn't even use that shit from the very beginning. You can
I know, and I'm okay with it though because we got storage. I'm just hating back, hater.
Right? No, I like it.
I don't remember who the F I picked.
Bro, this is how lackluster this card was. This is like, do we even make a parlay pick? But we have to. It's an obligation.
Yeah, I remember we did because we was looking and that's why it was like, oh, whoever's got the biggest odds, I'm just picking them because I don't.
Yeah, because I don't remember why, but I was like, I don't know anybody on this card or something. I was like, fuck it, I don't know.
Maybe you picked Cortez Acosta because that motherfucker was minus 750 against Arlovsky, and then he performed like shit against a 45-year-old.
Regardless, we lost.
I'm kind of skipping back a little bit. Hey,
I'm looking right now.
While y'all are looking, I'm gonna just finish the statement or the train of thought on the Simone and Bautista fight. This was my fight of the night just because of the fact Bautista came out, kind of had a strong open into the first round, but then Simone towards the end had him dropped. Second round, I gave all to Simone. Like, I thought Simone had a very good second round, came back, made some good adjustments, was putting the hurt on Bautista. And then that third round, though, Bautista came out with the fire, man. Just was picking the shots, was putting it, had him hurt, kept investing in the body, like literally turned the tides and the momentum of this fight in that third round. The judges actually saw it a lot crazier or a lot more clear cut than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be 29-28s across the board for Bautista. Judges, actually, two of them anyways, had it 30-27 for Bautista. So gave them all 3 rounds. I don't know what they was smoking, but
Salvia.
maybe. I was going to say pass it this way, but if it's
Salvia,
over that way.
stupid as hell.
Phil Hawes versus Bruno Ferreira. Ended a KO, 455 in the first round. And man, Ferreira got a performance of the night bonus on this one as well. $50K for the lights out. Phil Hawes, I mean, he weathered the storm. Phil Hawes, I feel like gassed there a little bit through that first round, and by the end just got caught, and it was DONE.
Yeah.
What more can you say about it?
Oh, easy.
Arlovsky though versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Man, this dude, he didn't make a fan here, because this whole fight, anytime he would get hit, he would just talk shit back to Arlovsky. It's like, no, you got hit, and the fact that you're talking to him or saying some stupid shit every time he does it, it's not looking good to the judges. I promise you. Even if you're ahead of this in this card,
Right,
it don't look good. And again, the 3-round unanimous decision for Acosta, but it was not impressive. It was not like super dominant. Like, y'all barely made it 3 rounds with a 45-year-old, 20+ year fighter. And I'm saying 20+ year fighter like it's a bad thing. Maybe that's why he was so hard to take out. And don't get me wrong, even in Arlovsky's losses here in the past few years, most of them have been decisions. That chin is still there. He's still got the fight in him, which is crazy. It's weird how we talk different about certain fighters just depending on performance and ability. You got somebody like Ferguson, obviously, I think it's warranted. 7 straight losses. You're going to have people doubting and asking questions. Right. Arlovsky's 45, though. Rattled off a couple losses, but then we'll go on, a fight or 2 win streak. Like, so he's got it. And so
he still want it.
Yep. It's crazy. And again, 40+ years old. People ain't talking about him needing to hang it up.
Right. Hell no.
He's not getting the shit beat out of him that bad, though.
Nah, but he got subbed by a one-legged Shavkat,
who's literally defeated everybody that he's
exactly.
Finished everyone.
Facts. You right there. Originally Arlovsky and Acosta were supposed to be the main prelim, but with Manuel Kopp missing weight and the fight being pulled, Arlovsky and Acosta were the first fight of the night on the main card, and then the main event of the prelims was Matthew Semi the Jedi Semmelsberger versus Preston Parsons. And Parsons took it to fucking Semmelsberger. It was kind of back and forth in some spots, but Parsons got the dub and he earned it. It was the right call. Just a lot of good talent coming up in every division. It's just like right when you get comfortable with up and comers or certain names and shit, you got somebody coming out that you're not familiar with, and they stun you. They do like the number 7 wild card seed Packers did against the fucking Cowboys last night. Just haymakers. Decent fight. Like I said, these prelims, I don't even remember what I was doing. I was probably watching some playoff football, because that's what I do this time of the year, over the weekend, especially super wild card weekends, and the Packers is playing. Even when they're not playing, I'm watching. But Marcus McGee versus Gaston Bolanos. Man.
It's
I'll let
because Burger cut
let
his hair.
somebody else take this, man. I've been talking and talking and talking. I'll shut
Well,
up so y'all can.
unfortunately, I was gonna say that's basically my time. So you know what I'm saying. I'm a bow out at this point. Appreciate y'all having me. You know what I'm saying.
Oh, of course.
Catch real ninjas if you want to, and if not, fuck off.
Hey,
You know?
hey,
yeah.
tell Prize I said what's up. Y'all have a good show.
Word up. Oh yeah, he fought this over the last weekend.
I
He
heard
lost.
decision loss, right?
Yeah, unanimous decision loss, but dude ain't do nothing to him. He was just big and long, so
Right.
Gotcha.
that's all
Was
Point
good.
fighting.
Decent fight though.
Oh yeah,
Point fighting?
yeah, absolutely.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
they kickboxing rules, so no takedowns, basically.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Oh my bad. I was gonna say I'll holler though.
No, you good. I was like, okay, no, goodbye.
This-
Just like,
give a fuck that Nick. No. All right.
hey, we'll see y'all. But yeah, no, Marcus McGee with a performance of the night bonus as well. It was a second round TKO of Bolanos.
I was gonna say I didn't see this fight, but I definitely saw this fight.
Oh, and I'm talking shit. Basharat did fight in one unanimous decision. The fight before this is one of them I didn't see. I didn't see him listed though either because I wasn't looking like a dumbass. So yeah, well, I have to go back and double check or maybe find my parlay list. We'll officially tally this first week, make sure it gets done right.
We should have got his pick for the next card before he left.
Man, it's all
we can
good.
get it.
It's all good. I'll look at the card and try to pick for him, and if not, I'll get it from him before the fights. But yeah, Basharat unanimous decision victory. These last couple I'm just going over because I did not see him personally. Did you get to see him?
I saw them, but to be honest, I don't remember anything about them. But I see we got 3 TKOs right off the bat. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and catch these.
Maybe
it looks like a second round and 2 first-round TKOs or KOs. Yeah, Weston Wilson versus Gene Silva. Silva with a first-round TKO, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Got Nicholas Mata versus Tom Nolan. Mata with a first-round TKO, 1 minute and 3 seconds in. And then you have starting out the night, Joshua Van versus Felipe Buenas. Looks like Van with the second round KO, 4 minutes 31 seconds in. So yeah, I'm gonna have to peep those for sure. I did not see. We started off the bat with 3 TKO. It looked like, man, there was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Over half of them were
5,
finishes.
6, 7 finishes anyways, whether it be sub or TKO KO. That's not bad for a fight night.
Nope. Over half of them. I'll take that.
Not bad at all, man. Damn. But yeah, it sounds like before we move on and start looking at this next card, Jim Miller, of course, he wants to fight at UFC 300. It sounds like that Dana White, I don't remember who it was, he made dude a promise that if Miller won and didn't take a lot of damage at this fight, that he would be on the 300 card, that he would make sure Jim Miller got a fight at UFC 300. And if that happens, obviously, it's going to be Jim fucking Miller. And they need to make that shit happen. That's all I got to say.
If they can give Bryce camo shorts, I don't see why Bruce can't say fucking on a pay-per-view that you have to pay to see anyway. $80 fucking.
No, exactly, man. And I mean, really, they've kind of been more lax with some of the cursing on ESPN Plus. I feel like the fact that it's streaming, they've got different rules than if it was on, cable or network television.
I think so too.
So they like, I don't think they encourage them to on the Fight Night Lives, but they ain't been like, oh, you can't say that. It's not like Fox or fucking ABC or anything. Sounds like Magomed Ankalaev tweeted Glover Teixeira basically said, or no, I think Glover Teixeira tweeted Ankalaev and said basically they're ready for him.
Yeah, he said see you soon, or good knockout, see you soon, or something like that.
Yep, and then Ankalaev replied. He said, "Thank you, champ. I'm ready for your guy," basically, or we're ready for your guy. So sounds like that's gonna be the fight to make. I'd almost put money on it. I wish they had a betting line of fights that could be announced on 300, because I guarantee you Pereira and Ankalaev are gonna be announced on UFC 300. I can almost guarantee it. Some other fight news for UFC 300. I don't know if this was announced when we went on last week, but Cody Garbrandt and Davison Figueiredo are squaring off at bantamweight at UFC 300. A lot of people are saying, rest in peace, Cody. I think Cody's got this, man.
I think he's got a chance for sure. This is at 135, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Figgy hits pretty hard, and Cody glass chin Garbrandt's fucking a little sus.
But when he's on and he's seeing the shots, like if he's fighting smart and not out of heart and just like, oh, I gotta go fucking sleep this dude. He is a world-class fighter. I can't deny that. Like as many ups and downs as he has had, I can't deny the dude is very talented. And I feel bad for him to an extent too, because he was at his prime and then got derailed by who? TJ Dillashaw, basically.
Looks like it, yeah.
And then come to find out that TJ had been fucking doping. And it wasn't just on the Cruz fight or the fight where he lost to Cejudo. No, they went back and they checked samples, and he was dirty back both Garbrandt fights.
Yeah, he's probably got one more title run left in him if he fucking kicks ass.
Yeah, well, it's just crazy that this dude's whole hype got derailed by somebody who was cheating, and it's like people fail to acknowledge that. Like at least give Cody some kind of flowers. Like that shouldn't have gone down that way.
Yeah.
But it is the fight business. He ain't the first person that has been caught doping, and it makes you wonder how many people ain't been caught. That have been fucking doing it.
Oh yeah, right.
Cycled right, or however they're getting around it. It's just
And I bet you there's a lot of those guys across the pond who've got
Well, and that's the speculation with
drugs
with the Russian and Dagestani fighters, especially. A lot of shade has been thrown at Islam and Khabib and their camp in general, because not only has Umar Nurmagomedov here recently popped dirty for performance-enhancing drugs. How many times did Khabib have to pull out of a fight in his professional career, and it was always due to weight management issues or weight cutting issues during his fight? A lot of people are speculating that the amount of times Khabib pulled out of the fight, or any time that they have pulled out of the fight, has been due to that they knew that they didn't cycle properly and that they were going to piss dirty. So they just said, hey, I'm not making weight, or a botch cut. Let's reschedule.
Possibly, but you saw a random drug test you. Like they drug test you all the time.
Yeah, but how often do they have access to randomly test people that are over in Dagestan?
24/7. That's part of the requirements. You have to. You know about the
They
whereabouts
have
clause?
to be available, but how many times is USADA going to randomly make a trip to Dagestan? And
I don't know. It's public information. Let's check.
But yeah, please do, before I get sounding too Islamophobic, right?
Nah, dude. I've decided that I'm Islamophobic, and I'm also anti-Christian and anti any major religion, because that shit's all fucking stupid. I probably should have not said that live.
You just religiphobic in sports.
Yeah. I guess I'm not. Oh, it has nothing to do with sport. It's in my entire life.
It's just in general. Okay.
I think it's a poison to humankind, religion in general.
I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I'm not going to say that there's not good things about religion, but you make a good point too. Like, I can see both ends of that argument. While you looking that up, I'm gonna just take a quick peek. This first pay-per-view really, first and foremost, did you see that Strickland almost burnt the fuck out of his face in a fireworks fight here about a week ago?
No.
Yeah, that they ain't talking about it either, because I don't know if he actually got hurt or if there's anything wrong. I doubt it, because I've seen they still running embeddeds. It looks like the fight's still on. But yeah, no, he was. I don't know who he was running around with. Strickland was out in the desert with some kind of probably bottle rockets. They had safety glasses on, but he caught a firework to the face.
Fuck.
Yep. So and tell me this, if that fight fell off, like if that was no longer the main event, would this fight be worth being called a pay-per-view? Would this be worth buying money for? Or is the main reason people are buying this pay-per-view to see that fight?
It's hard to say.
No, it's not hard to say, because I'll tell you this: if that falls through, the main event of the evening is Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva.
Oh my God!
Silva has been on record even saying that she knows that her fight isn't what people are tuning in for. It's not like on people's radars. You got Neil Magny, Mike Malott, Chris Curtis, Marc-Andre Barriault, Arnold Allen, Mosavar Evloev. I mean, it's not a weak card, but it's not like a who's who name of like, oh, this guy, I know this guy. I know like especially for a casual, if the main event fell off of this would not, they probably would turn it into a Fight Night Live. If this main event fell through, they would probably make this a free fight.
Right. So I don't want to spend too much time on this drug testing thing. To your point, there are no Dagestanis on this list of the top 12 UFC fighters tested most by USADA, but there's a bunch of them from across the pond. So,
yeah, but okay. Now, when you say across the pond, are you talking Europe?
I mean, not in the United States.
Included in that too.
I mean, not in the United States.
Okay. That's something we'll do. I'll try.
Like Paulo Costa, he's a Brazilian. He was tested 20 times. Yuri was tested 64 times.
Yeah, but these are fighters from places that, again, I feel like have easier access.
I don't know what. I don't know. It's not that hard for to get in Russia, is it?
Into Russia, yeah, it is.
But not for USADA.
Bro, Russia could deny anybody entry for any reason, and then there wouldn't be shit you could fucking do about it.
Yeah, you can't fight if you can't pass a drug test, so they would just be like, "Oh, well, if you don't let us in,
they might pull. Yeah, they might pull a fight, or they might get flagged because they couldn't get access to the fighter. But again, I also feel like Dana's got a kind of a special relationship with Russia and Russian fighters in general too, where they get a certain leeway or a pass when it comes to certain shit.
It could be. I have no idea.
Oh, the amount of money that probably came over from Russia when both Khabib, Petr Yan, and I know Khabib and Islam are both Dagestani, but that's Russian territory. I mean, that's
right.
Yeah, let's call it what it is. It's Russia. But yeah, no, back to this upcoming weekend's card, because we were kind of getting a little bit
derailed
on that a little bit. I mean, it's not a bad card, but yeah, again, if this main event fell through, this is not something that I would be willing to spend money on for a pay-per-view, which is kind of crazy. And I guess you gotta ramp it up to 290 or 300. But even as of right now, I feel like 299 is still looking a lot more stacked than 300 is. I feel like after this weekend, we're going to have some better ideas as far as fights they might be trying to put together moving forward. There's also word in the grapevine, speaking of Dagestani fighters, the big myth or the big rumor right now in the MMA community, and everybody's talking this because Dana White promised a super fight at UFC 300. Everybody is convinced now that Khabib is coming out of retirement to fight Leon Edwards at 170. Nothing?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I was reading.
Oh, yeah, no. The big rumor right now for UFC 300, because Dana White promised a super fight, is that Khabib is coming out of retirement to fight Leon at 170.
I would bet money that does not happen.
Yeah, just the fact. I mean, how many times he been on record saying that he made a promise to his mom he wouldn't fight after that one fight after his dad died.
Right.
So that there in itself.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see Khabib ever coming back, literally ever.
No, same. I could see them doing a super fight. I could see them letting Makhachev fight Edwards at 170.
Oh yeah, that would far more likely than Khabib, I would say.
But at the same time, I'd feel bad for Bilal if it happened. But I feel like the UFC is going to try everything that they can do to make sure that they can book something else other than Leon and Bilal for the main event at UFC for 300. Even if that means Leon has to fight a month later, they will keep him off of that card and offer up a stronger main event, because regardless if it's true or not, and it is true to an extent, but Bilal is not a draw. And it's kind of his own fault. It's his fighting style. And that's Leon's fighting style too. They're point fighters.
Did you see where Bilal was saying, I can't remember who he was talking about, but he was talking about someone else who was trying to fight Leon. I think he said he doesn't finish fights. And it was funny because Bilal has one finish in his last 15. It's like, you don't finish fights, bro.
I'll give Bilal credit. Like he TKO'd Sean Brady, undefeated Sean Brady had a lot of hype behind him. Just
Right.
there was a lot going into that fight, but even that, like, and I'm not gonna say that he didn't technically TKO him. That fight could have gone a couple seconds longer. It was a standing TKO. It's and again, he decisively beat Burns, and people want to say, oh, but Burns was fighting with one arm, and it's because of that fucking takedown that Bilal landed. He got injured mid-fight. That's part of the game sometimes.
Yeah, I hope they give Bilal the shot just so he can so we can get it over with, regardless of what happens.
Yep.
If he becomes champion, that would be
it
pretty
was
interesting.
the same. I had the same feeling there when it came to the Bilal and Covington, or not Bilal, but the Edwards and Covington fight.
Yep.
Like
that shit was going on for way too long.
Well, and again, I'm glad it finally happened and it's over, and I'm glad that we got the outcome that it did, because, like, yeah, no, Colby did not deserve to even have the shot, yet alone does not deserve to be a fucking champion, being 19 months, not active, claiming you've got brain damage and can't fight, and then, again, basically held the company hostage to fucking negotiate a title shot to drop felony charges. That's what happened. Like, supposedly that's what I think happened, and I will die on that hill. Also, a thing I will say about this main event coming up, everybody's talking about the back and forth between Du Plessis and Strickland, and about how Du Plessis went after an off-limits topic. You don't talk about trauma or childhood trauma and this and that. I'm like, you're right. But you also don't go after somebody's sexual orientation, regardless if it's true or not. And as Strickland, for to be dropping F-bomb this and F-bomb that and making very homophobic remarks, he got his just desserts. He got what he put out.
Right.
And so you're going to be a hypocrite to say, oh, you can't say childhood. Well, you're not supposed to go after somebody's fucking orientation. But what the fuck did homophobic Sean Strickland do? Went after dude's orientation. Oh, he's kissing his coach. Oh, he's grabbing his coach's dick. Oh my God, that's shit. Like, dude, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll probably chalk it up to some fucking... Everybody who's homophobic chalks it up to some religious bullshit, even though they're like the least fucking religious person that exists.
I'm just talking man shit, and I'm a fucking masculine man, and fucking... Like, and I like Sean. I like Sean because of the fact that he's real, but it doesn't mean that I have to like everything that he's real about. Like, I just like that he doesn't portray some fake shit. Like, he gives you who he is, love it or hate it. And I don't like everything about it. But the motherfucker can fight. Speaking of fights and this main card, I guess we should probably take a look at it and at least lock in 2 of our 3. It's almost time 3-way parlay.
Let's go.
Your favorite fighters on this card too.
Oh shit, I can't wait to see.
The Action Man.
Chris. Oh God. Okay. Okay. He's a favorite, so this might be some easy money. Because he's just gonna cry. Damn, it's almost a pick'em fight on the main event odds.
The main event is kind of torn.
Okay, yeah, 297. Mike Malott. Uh-oh. He's up against the fucking number 170 fucking gatekeeper.
Who?
Neil Magny.
Oh.
He's trying to get into the top 15 through Neil Magny. He probably will. Yeah, he's minus 250. We've got Chris. Ooh, that's it. Ooh, okay. I think I know who I want to pick. Let me check this guy's record first. Who the fuck is this guy? Arnold Allen's got a fight coming up, and I don't know who he's fighting, but I know Arnold Allen's a badass. Who's this guy? Mosvar Evlov.
Mosvar Evlov. Yeah.
What's this guy on? What type of bullshit's he on? Been fighting in UFC since 2019. Okay. Oh my god, he's undefeated. Holy fuck. 17-0. 10 decisions though. Okay.
You talking Bosavar?
Yeah. I got way too many tabs open. I keep getting lost. All right, let's see here. Here he is. And now I need to pull up Arnold Allen. Arnold is 19-2. Ooh.
Yeah, Arnold Allen's last loss, I think, was to Bobby Green. It was a first round TKO. Like, he caught him bad.
No.
Kind of stopped the hype a little bit.
I think you're thinking of someone else. He fights at 145 and he lost to Max Holloway.
Oh, okay. Yep. You're right. A decision. I'm thinking of Grant Dawson. You're right.
But before that, he beat Calvin Kattar, Dan Hooker, Sadiq.
Oh no,
Youssef.
he was on a tear before losing to Holloway. I remember that because I knew it was coming because it's fucking Max blessed Holloway. But
Man.
A lot of people thought he was gonna get through Holloway just fine, and Holloway said, "Nah, I'm pointing you for 5 rounds," and by that 4th round, it was just.
Ooh, okay. I know who my pick is.
Let's hear it.
I'm going with the fucking. I'm gonna call him a hometown homie because there ain't nobody a hometown anything besides St. Louis and Springfield to me. So anybody from Quincy, St. Louis, or Springfield is my hometown because I don't give a fuck. I'm stuck right between all 3 of them. So I'm going for the St. Louis hometown homie, Sean Woodson.
Parlay boy.
Parlay boys.
Sean Woodson.
Sean the Sniper Woodson. I keep hearing Discord noises.
I'll be better, man. I like anybody Midwest is hometownish to me.
Right. Same. That's kind of how I view it too. Especially the closer, the better.
Like Milwaukee, I'm gonna call the motherfucker hometown.
Yep, it's right up there.
The local talent. Because this is like the Midwest is like its own country.
Right, yeah, it's like our little sector where everything's all spread the fuck out, so we have to come together. Otherwise, we don't have shit.
What's his nickname?
The Sniper.
The Sniper. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was. That's the last time I knew Sean the Sniper. He fights at 145. He's like 6'3" and skinny as fuck. You know who he is, right?
Yeah. He got the St. Louis arch tattooed on his abs.
Oh, I've never even noticed that. That's badass, actually.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, there it is.
Like, how did I miss that shit? So I'm gonna dial it back a little bit. Then not even dial it back. I'm gonna just I was picking last week with my heart when I should have been picking with my smart.
I literally just did that with Sean Woodson. Fuck it. We're running it.
Okay. You went with your heart?
Yeah, because he's a hometown homie.
Well, what's the odds on him?
Plus 135. Not that bad.
Okay, no, I'd ride with it.
And he's up against Charles Jourdain. He's good. You know, they're both good, but neither of them are ranked. They're both good fighters.
Okay.
It's a good fight. It's not like atrocious odds or anything.
My parlay for the week.
Here we go.
Parlay boys.
Mayra Bueno Silva and new bantamweight women's champion.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I'm going to put that in real quick before I forget. Bueno Silva. So on the UFC website, if I would have looked at DraftKings, I probably would have picked Arnold Allen because on UFC website, Arnold Allen is plus 140. But oh wait, what the fuck? It just changed. That's insane, actually, or else I was looking at the wrong fight. Never mind, he's plus 160 on here too. Thought he was negative 140. All right. So are you gonna try to pick for Cornbread, or are you gonna
I'm texting him right now.
Gotcha.
I just got him a message that they gonna be mid pod, but if he's available, he might see it and maybe he'll pick on Real Ninjas. So if you on here, go open another tab. Search your Real Ninjas podcast. And go comment on their shit. Tell him he needs to pick now.
That would be funny as hell, actually. Actually, I'll go over there. Fuck it.
Bro, okay. This is what we doing. We barging in. Resident Hater Paul is gonna hop over to the Real Ninjas live stream and get.
They're still on Facebook, right?
Yeah, it's on Facebook, and it's ran actually from the Real Ninjas Network page and also from his personal musician page, the Cornbread CTC page.
Okay. I don't know if maybe they haven't started yet, or they're having difficulties.
Wait, no, we got an answer. We got an answer.
Yeah, let's go.
Mike Malott.
Mike, that's a good pick. I like it.
Parlay boys.
All right, we got it locked in. Our second official.
I feel good about this one.
Three-way parlay, and you got Sean Woodson, got Myra, Bueno.
Plus 148, or I mean plus 408.
That's not too bad. That Sean Woodson pick helped. There we go. Okay.
Officially
and
in.
I didn't sticky note it this time. I phone noted it.
Right. I'm gonna throw it in the group chat. That way it'll just be there, you know. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-dun-dun. Parlay boys.
Bro, that's catchy. Thank you, Shania.
Boom, we're in there like swimwear with the fucking parlay.
Awesome. At least you're not up there like booty hair. But yeah, so we got a little bit of time. We got like 14 minutes or so that we're playing with, because we usually run about an hour here at It's Almost Time. We don't want to take up too much of your time there at home. Understand y'all probably got families or might need to masturbate here before you go to bed for work. There's a lot of shit that needs to be done here on any given night. Probably, I mean, most of the time we go Sundays, but there might be occasions we go in the week. It sounds like Real Ninjas, though, Gray's other podcasts are going Monday nights. So we're going to try to stick away from Monday nights. So weekends are usually best. This upcoming weekend might be a little iffy. We'll see how it plays out. I've got the Packers playoff game, actually. We're playing San Francisco Saturday night, so it's not going to interfere with pod. But with that happening the same time as this card, game will be over in time for like the main event and shit, but I'll probably have to go double back and rewatch some of the prelims or maybe some of the, cards or some of the fights leading up. We'll see how it goes, because I might even jump back and forth. We'll see. And if it's a blowout, I ain't putting myself through that. I've already had a fantastic Sunday watching the Cowboys lose. I think when the Cowboys lose, America wins.
Hell yeah. I don't know, bro. They're pretty American.
Hey, man. So growing up, I always heard that Marlboro Reds by Philip Morris, that they were cowboy killers. Turns out it's just the Green Bay Packers.
That's fucking good. You make me proud
that's
of that
A1
one.
original. That I'm proud of that one.
That is good. I like that one.
So no, looking at this upcoming weekend's card, we've got two belts on the line. We've got the vacant title. When did Nunez and Aldana fight? Was it like August or July or something? It was sometime over the summer. And decision win for Nunez, but a very convincing one, and she laid down her straps. Y'all already know my thoughts on it. I feel like she should have gave Pena her closure. This is like a relationship that you thought you were gonna get one more chance. They told you only get 3 fuck-ups, but then you fucked up the second time and they just cut you off before the end and they blocked you, and there just ain't no way that you're gonna be able to reinitiate this to get that final try. I feel like that's what she did to Pena. And that's almost worse than giving her the closure and whipping her ass a third time, or a second time, I should say. But she's gonna do what she's gonna do. It is what it is. But now we've got Raquel Pennington, ranked number 2, versus Mayra Bueno Silva, ranked number 3. What is Juliana doing?
It's a good question. I forgot.
Is she injured?
I can't remember. There's got to be some reason, because she always loves to talk shit and do whatever the fuck she does.
Or she just want to see how this shit plays out and then is just going to step in and fight? Because I feel like she gets the winner. That's my natural assumption, just based off of ranking.
Probably just because she fights at what who are we talking about again?
Juliana Pena. She fights at bantamweight.
Okay. I guess it's probably because she's coming off a loss to Amanda Nunes. It's the only one thing I could think of.
He's the #1 contender, and the belt's
Yeah,
vacant now.
Yeah, I don't know. Still coming off a loss. I don't know. Maybe
and again, I feel like maybe this is the way that they felt like they could set this up because again, Raquel Pennington, she's decent, but I don't see any way that Pennington beats Myra. I just don't. I feel like it's going to be a very dominant victory. It's going to be either a TKO or a sub. I don't see this going the distance. Myra is going to break her. Myra, her coaches call her the Brazilian Donald Cerrone.
That's funny.
That's dope. That's a fucking compliment if I've ever heard one like that. Another random fun fact for you weirdos and perverts out there: both the female competitors in this week's co-main event are lesbians and have female partners, obviously.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I guess a big thing now is buying training equipment that is worn, and signed.
Oh, that's pretty gross, I guess. But hey, whatever you're into.
Whatever floats your boat. I just don't be smelling it.
That's Garrett. That's the first thing they do when they unbox it. Dude, so I got on USADA's website and I found their athlete test history. You can pick the year, the quarter, the sport, and the name. So I pulled up Islam Makhachev just because he's the first one that came to mind. If you had to guess, how many times do you think he was tested in 2023?
In 2023?
Yeah, all of 2023.
I would guess 5.
Okay, so just for context, Yuri Prohaska was tested 64 times. Islam was tested 13.
Huh.
How do you spell Ankalaev?
Ankaev.
There he is. Okay. Oh yeah, I butchered the fuck out of that.
Oh, and I did too. I didn't even add the L on that. Ankalaaev.
They're real picky about it too. You can't even put a space in the name, or it'll be like, nah.
I probably just butchered that. I'm usually really good with fucking names too.
Magomed Ankalaev was tested 22 times. Who are some other sus Russians? Ooh, how many times? What's his name? Fuck, new superstar. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. Khamzat. Yeah.
Khamzat. Hold up, because that's Khamzat is Khamzat, and then Chimaev is Chimiev.
IEV?
IEV.
Okay.
Could be.
Also tested 13 times. The exact same time as Islam. They probably go over there on a road trip and just hit everybody.
No,
and then
for real. Check out Petryan.
Oh, good one. 8.
He also didn't really fight last year either.
That's true. I'm gonna have to bookmark this.
Said Nurmagomedov.
Okay, oh yeah, didn't he pop dirty recently?
No, that was Umar.
Okay.
So I know there's 15 of them.
8. Who's the one that popped dirty? Umar?
Umar, yep. Nurmagomedov.
Oh wait, he fought in Bellator though, didn't he?
Yep. Wouldn't that still be in, or do they use a different body?
They use someone different, and I just double checked to make sure, but yeah, he's not in the.
I think it's WADA is what they use.
I think USADA is just the department of WADA, isn't it?
It could. I don't know.
Because I went to the USADA website earlier, and there's a category where it says banned WADA substances. So I don't know.
Well, I think USADA bases a lot of their restrictions off of WADA's list, but I think there's a couple things that WADA actually they're more strict, I think, than USADA for some of their ban shit.
Gotcha.
The one thing I agree should not be banned, especially if it's cleared medically and for recovery purposes, is peptides.
I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
I don't either, but from what I heard about it, it accelerates recovery from injuries, which if you're a professional athlete and this is your job is to compete, you should, especially with injuries that are documented and you're having to take time away from competition, you should be allowed to use peptides to recover.
Oh, wow. I want some peptides, anti-aging.
Is that what it is? So is it like stem cells?
I'm just trying to gloss over it, but it's something that your body makes, but they can give you more of them with the ones that they make in labs. And it says, what do they do? And I'm just going through the highlights. Anti-aging properties, improving the skin barrier, help your body fight bacteria, muscle growth, help boost muscle growth or muscle repair, weight loss, I guess.
Okay.
Seems, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Depending on how fast it builds your muscles, it seems like just another steroid. I don't know. Yeah, so I also checked. USADA is independent of WADA. They are not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they base a lot of their stuff on the same things, and they have they're very similar program, but I think WADA is actually a little bit more strict than USADA, and they're more professional with the 3 a.m. wake up. Like they don't do that shit.
Yeah, that shit's especially when someone is cutting weight the night before or 2 nights before a fight. That is completely ridiculous.
Yeah, and I almost guarantee you that it was some they probably built a rapport with a lot of these fighters, and certain fighters that maybe rubbed them the wrong way, they probably gave the treatment. They're like, oh, so and so is always gives us a hard time, so he's got a fight this weekend. Oh, he's cutting weight right now. Okay, yep, let's wake his ass up at 2:30 in the morning and request a sample.
Probably.
I guarantee you, dude, that's like that anywhere. That's why I always, especially if I'm working in a professional way and I'm trying to handle something in a business setting, killing people with kindness is what I do. And I think people should do that in every aspect of the job. Even if you're a fighter, you talk shit to this up and comer all this time about how you're going to beat his ass and then you won't give him the time of day to fight as he's coming up. And then he leapfrogs you and gets that championship belt. You don't think he's got a little bit of say, especially if he's a draw, whether or not you get to fight him or not, especially even if you've earned it.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like Leon, that fight took forever to put together because Leon tried not to make it happen.
Yep. But again, I think you when you got the UFC over a barrel like Colby did, it didn't matter. It was just inevitable.
Right.
They were going to give Colby what they wanted to avoid the lawsuit, to make sure Jorge didn't catch a charge or have to register as a felon or anything like that, but
which is kind of funny because then he just fucked around and retired anyway.
Yeah, no, it is, but that might be, honestly, did you hear that Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz are scheduled for a boxing match in April?
I did see that. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's a cover. They're going to be fighting again, I think, for the UFC. I think it's going to be a Legends fight. They're going to run it back. BMF, the belt might not be on the line, but they're going to run that one back because it got stopped due to the cut.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Nate lost, didn't he? He was bleeding like a motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jorge was fucking him up too. Don't get me wrong.
I do remember that.
Winning that fight, but knowing Diaz, because that was a 5-round fight with that title on the line. Yeah. Knowing Diaz, he was gonna weather that 3 rounds, 4 rounds of that shit, and he was gonna come back and fucking do what he does.
Yeah, he's a fucking distance runner, that's for sure.
Yep. But now there's a couple things. So before we sign off here, who you taking in the main event? Who do you think's got this?
Of 297 or the next one?
297 between Strickland and Du Plessis.
Well, if I was a betting man, and I am, I would go with
right.
I'm gonna go with Drickus. Yeah. I was a Drickus statter until he just ran through Robert Whittaker.
No, I think a lot of people were. I was reserved about how I felt about him, and then obviously you can't deny what he did to Whittaker. The only other person to stop Whittaker at 185 is Izzy. As the only person that has stopped, yet alone beat Whittaker at 185 until Drickus.
Right.
And I mean, this dude fought monsters. He fought Romero. And to this day, I feel like Romero gets slept on. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. The Cuban Olympian that, like, this dude was a specimen. This dude was talented. This dude was gifted.
He might get the $1 million this year.
Who?
He's in, Yoel. He's fighting in PFL. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Oh, he doing the Grand Prix?
He maybe not. He either went with Bellator or who did he fight? I think he went to Bellator and then PFL just bought Bellator.
Okay. Well, and from my understanding too, it's Bellator isn't done just because PFL bought him out. It sounds like Bellator is going to be kept on, like the branding, but it's going to be their overseas. It's going to be Europe.
Yeah, the way I understood it was that they were going to use the PFL to do their Grand Prix and their tournament things here and there. You know, they're going to have PFL Africa, PFL whatever, and then Bellator I assumed was going to be their worldwide thing that was not tournament based. That was more set up like the UFC. That's kind of how I understood it. But
and it sounds. And from my understanding too, it sounds like they're going to be based more over in Europe. They're trying to build, I think, the European market, and I think the UFC has done a beautiful job at that. But there are some local circuits, especially when you get into England and the UK. But it's not like America. It's not like we have a lot of underground circuits here, and some of them have been swallowed up. There have been some that have just not withstood the test of time. Actually, the promotion that I cornered for one of my guys who was a pro-am fighter was Mayhem Promotions, and they were up north in Rockford area.
It's made by Jason Mayhem, isn't it? He started it?
No, actually, it was just, I think, completely coincidental that they went with Mayhem Promotions. Because I remember talking to one of the main guys that was basically footing the bill for this stuff. He was a really nice dude and was just trying to build a good fight product for the Midwest, and did pretty good until I don't remember what happened, if they got bought out or if just it was becoming too much or wasn't catching on in time. Because that's what happens with a lot of these promotions. They'll get some fights and they're trying to pay people nice, and they're trying to do too much at first and get swallowed up. They don't have the capital to withstand getting themselves out of the red.
Yeah, and I know the UFC is in the middle of a lawsuit right now where they're doing some like anti-competition shit.
Yep.
You know, where they're like apparently taking action that, you know.
Yeah, no, and I'll have to rebrush up on that because I was very privy and just in the know about as far as what that all was entailing. I think it was basically it has to do with fighter contracts and the restrictiveness of it.
Yeah, I think
monopolizing it basically, and just there's a chance that they might lose or might have to settle. But at this point now, with Endeavor owning them, they'll be able to foot that bill and they're gonna survive.
Yeah, they'll be fine regardless.
Yep, and they're gonna draw it out because that's what lawyers do. But
yeah, good luck. Class action against UFC, that's too big ass fucking, that's a lot of money to drain either way.
Right.
I don't know exactly how class action lawsuits work, but I think it's like a large group of people, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And like the government. I don't know exactly how that shit works.
But no, on that note, I know supper's done here, so I'm gonna get rolling.
All right.
Eat me a little something. Like I said, I'll keep everybody posted. We'll either be back here Sunday, more than likely Sunday. I'm going to shoot for Sunday, even if I've got to drag and get through watching a bunch of prelims and stuff prior to going on Sunday. We'll make it happen. But yeah, y'all have a good one. It's A1 and Paul, as always.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.